Hey there everyone, it's Misty here. Thank you so much for joining me. Hey, hi, hello. In today's video, I have a weigh-in video for the month of March. I can't believe it. I'm actually filming this a few days early, and that's because the next couple of days are going to be crazy busy for me. And I was already filming some things for my Jolly Fit Elf channel. And so I thought, you know what, I'll just go ahead and film a weigh-in video. Speaking of my Jolly Fit Elf channel, I announced on Thursday that I have been invited to be a participant in a card making summit, meaning that I created a project, actually did two, and there's a video, there's supply list, there's all of the things, and I am doing a live stream with them on March 20th. It's a free event. So the first link in the description box down below, if you're interested in that at all, or if you just want to sign up to support me, I'd really appreciate it. You are going to get a freebie from me in the mail or via email. I haven't decided what that freebie is going to be, but I'm going to guess it's probably, I don't know, birthday clip art or something like that. I'll make it worth your while, I promise. So that's over there. Got a haircut because I've decided to buzz my head when I have I've decided to buzz my head when I have surgery in May. And I've lived with short hair for years. I cut it January 3rd, 2017, and it stayed short through most of COVID. And then I started growing it out. So normally I've been the type of person who could just walk in and be like, it's long, I want a pixie. And I've done that several times before in the past, and I this time I was just like, and I don't know if it's because of the reason that I'm cutting it or what, but I have this little like, when it comes to going that short that quickly. So we've started here, and we'll get a little bit shorter as we get closer to the end of May, and at the end of May, right before surgery, I'm gonna buzz it off. Rob's like, really, why? I said, well, number one, she's gonna shave part of my head. Like, the incision's going to start right here. So she's got to shave all the way around it. And I said, number two, she's already mentioned that most people have issues with their incision. And the last thing I want to do is have to worry about my hair. Rob trying to wash it, trying to dry it, trying to keep it up, etc. So I was like, you know what? I'll just go bald. I've wanted to know what I look like bald, because when my hair was falling out, I was like, well, I'll probably have to end up being bald. So it'll be an experiment to see if I like my big old bald head. So we'll see. But that's coming. But today we have the short hair, and it is has a bit more volume. You can see it's still very, very thin, and the curls kind of dried out a little bit, but it's wavy and I like it. And yeah, and this is one of my favorite shirts lately. You've seen it before. Probably the video before last. Okay. So why are we here, Misty? I am on a mission to lose 100 pounds this year. Part of it because I'm having surgery at the end of May. It's a C2 to T2 fusion. I told you where it's starting. It's going all the way down to the middle of my shoulder blades. It is a big damn surgery. And I didn't want to be 350 pounds having this big of a surgery. So I know that I'm not going to lose 35 pounds between January and the end of May. Probably, or 100 pounds, I should say, between January and the end of May. But that doesn't mean that I can't get on the trajectory to do that. So I weighed in was it 320? 321? 320? 321? I don't remember. The other day I hopped up on the scale and it said 316, and I was just like, what? Rob was about to get in the shower, and I stepped on the scale and he said, what? And I was like, yeah. He's like, did you take a picture? And I was like, no. So of course, when I got off to get my phone and got back on, it went up a pound. So the picture I have, which is the weirdest picture ever, my husband is a photographer, not, but it showed 317, but I got down to 316. And you guys, I think I was that weight my freshman year in high school. Like, I don't have any, like I told Rob, I was like, it's not like we had scales that really went that high back then, and none of the scales at the doctor's office went that high back then. I said, so I don't know that I really know how much I weighed, but I had to be a 8th grader freshman in high school when I was that size. So that is pretty crazy. But it's really crazy is I'm going to pop up a picture. Yesterday, I had to run down we had to get 2 new tires. Let me tell you this. I would never recommend a Firestone tire ever in my life. And if you're someone who uses Firestone or you work for Firestone, that's all well and good. But our car was purchased in 2016. We have less than 62,000 miles on it. We put 6,000 miles a year on this car, and we've bought 3 full sets of Firestone tires. 3 since 2017. And we put less than 6,000 miles on our car a year. And the tires just wear down like nobody's business. And this last time, I got the email before Rob did when he was there, and it said, tire failed. And I was like, we're not getting new tires from them. I said, there's no way on God's green earth we're getting new tires from them. We just bought 2 new tires last February, so it's been a year. So anywho, what was I saying? Yesterday I went to Discount Tire to get new tires put on, and I was wearing a sweater that didn't fit this past fall. Like, I couldn't get it on at all. It was so super tight. And yesterday I'm like, I wonder if this fits. And it did. And I swear to God, I look like I actually have an hourglass figure. I don't. I'm Native American. I'm built like my grandmother, who was a ruler with boobs and a belly in the front and flat ass. Like, I'm built like her. But in this picture, I look like I have an hourglass figure. And I was like, yeah, to me, I look skinny. I know I'm not skinny, but to me, I look skinny. And so I told Rob when I got home, I was like, I need to take a picture in that pink and red sweater, because that's the picture I took on January 7th. And someone's like, that should be your weigh-in outfit. And I was like, oh, that's a good idea. So here's a picture of me on January 7th. Here's a picture of me yesterday. And now look at these 2 side by side and tell me that you don't see a difference. I mean, hell, just how far the sweater comes down now is a huge difference. And I'm wearing the exact same jeans. I know they look like they're a different color, but they're both the same Levi's that I have been wearing. My shoes are different, but other than that, I feel like there's a pretty significant difference. Even though I haven't lost a ton of weight on the scale. I mean, I started the year at 331. We're weighing in right now at 317. So what is that? We're almost getting down to 20 pounds-ish. While I haven't lost a lot of body mass, like my relation to gravity hasn't changed much, but I've definitely lost some inches. And I was just like, holy smokes. And that's why I always tell you guys not to rely just on the scale, because the scale is just part of it. Yesterday, Monday I fasted. I know someone said not to fast, but I did, because I was trying to make sure I didn't have to go to the bathroom while I was at Discount Tire. And sometimes that means I don't eat. But my blood sugar yesterday got down to like 122, and that's the lowest it's been in a while. I think I told you guys I took myself off the glimepiride. I didn't see a difference with it anyway, but this doctor wants me to be moderate carb. I had carbs this morning and my blood sugar is up to 300. So I don't know what the happy medium is. I saw something that was interesting. Apparently they did a twin study, and I don't know if this has been published or if, I don't know any more than what I saw. But people, diabetics specifically, type 2 diabetics specifically, who went very low carb, ketogenic, carnivore, etc. for an extended period of time, and then they went back to eating carbs, are more susceptible to having higher glucose numbers than they would if they'd never done low carb or keto. And I thought that was a very interesting piece of information, because I've said for years now that I have a very low tolerance to carbs. And I've also been someone who's done low carb on and off since 2011. So that's kind of interesting. It would be really interesting to find that piece of information just to read it, to see what else they found, because I find that rather interesting. So while the scale, my relation to gravity hasn't changed much, I feel like there's a fairly significant difference in the makeup of my body. I remember walking past the mirror the other day and I just happened to look over. I was like, dang, I feel like I've lost some inches. And then when I put that shirt on yesterday and I looked in the mirror and took a picture, I was like, holy shit, Misty. I think this is actually, the weight is actually coming off. If the blood sugars would stay down, I would be a happy camper. So I don't know if I need to bump up the Mounjaro or what. I see my regular doctor on Monday the 3rd. So I'll talk to him about it and see just what he thinks. I'm not going to come back. It's such a hard... The Choctaw Nation pays for things. Like, they pay for my sensors. They pay for my medicine. They cover almost everything except for my Tylenol 4, the Pregabalin, because that was a hot mess express. And then they don't do the lidocaine patches. So there's 3 or 4 things that they don't cover, but they cover the rest. And then I get the Mounjaro from the Chickasaw Nation. They bill insurance, but I don't have to pay a copay with them. So it is saving us money, and thank God it is, because I was like, oh yeah, we got our emergency fund built up, and now it's like we've had to buy new tires. We had to buy new tires. Our escrow is short $1,600. I have to come up with $1,600 by April the 1st. There's all these things happening now, and I'm just like, Jesus, Mary, Josephina, it's like, can we just have like 3 months where there's nothing going on? Like, just nothing. Let me get caught up. Let me breathe for a minute, and then we can get back to it. But yeah, it's just like, oh, it's such a pain in the butt. Luckily, we had an emergency fund because I built the emergency fund back up. Now we're going to have to do that all over again. I was like, let's cover escrow first. Escrow is the bane of our existence. If we pay the $1,600 shortage, our mortgage is going to go up $100 a month. If we don't pay the $1,600 by April 1st, our mortgage is going to go up by almost $280 a month. And that is just stupid expensive. Like, stupid expensive. And I think we have 7 years left. Because right before I had to leave my job, we had just refinanced to a 15-year mortgage. So when you do that, your payment is high, but you pay it off quicker. And it's just like, Jesus, Mary, and Josephina. So, and I know everybody is struggling. And I don't want to even talk about the budget they're proposing and the cuts to Medicaid. I don't want to talk about it. So I'm just going to try to go on about my merry way and get us caught up as best as I can and go from there. So that's, yeah, but Firestone tires, 10 out of 10, don't recommend. And what was worse is we've been going there since we've lived over here. So 12 years now. And that is the first time we've ever had bad service from them. And we got bad service. Like, and then come to find out, they left the screw in the tire. It's like, those tires are under warranty. You guys are supposed to fix them. Why wouldn't you take the screw? And if you couldn't fix it, why didn't you say we needed to replace them? Or replace it? Or whatever. I was just like, Somebody else has taken it over since then. And I was like, yeah, no, we won't go back. And the thing is, I went to Discount Tire. I was in and out in 45 minutes, number one. Number two, it was clean and spacious. It was just so much nicer than the Firestones that I've been in. And I'm not saying that all Firestones are like that. I'm just saying that this one was clean. They met me outside. Are you Miss Levine? Mm-hmm. Okay, let me have the keys. I said, okay, here's the keys. The tire lock is in the the cup holder. And he said, give me 45 minutes. 45 minutes later, I was on my way home. So yeah, anywho, that's it. That's all with that. I feel like February has been an up and down month. I have been sad. And I don't know, I can't pinpoint why I'm sad. I mean, the world is on fire. That's kind of where the sadness comes from. But I don't know if there's something like medication wise. I don't know if it's because we've been so flipping cold. I mean, we broke a record last week. We got down to 12 degrees. There was a day that our wind chill was -3. Like, this is Dallas, Texas. Why are we so flipping cold? It's too cold. And then yesterday and today, we in the 70s. So I think this is our second fake spring. We'll see if we get another one or if we move right into spring and then into summer. I don't know if that has something to do with it. I honestly don't know. But I caught myself the night before trying to stress shop on Amazon. I was like, no, I need whatever will be here at 7 a.m. And I'm like, Misty, no. no, you don't need anything that'll be here by 7 a.m. You need to empty your cart, turn off your phone, or read or do something different. So I was like, I told Rob, I was like, I think I'm sad. And he's like, why? I was like, I have no idea. So anywho, I know we're all having issues with our finances and stuff, and I don't know if that's what's causing me to be sad. Something is causing me to be sad. I don't know what it is. But yeah, so go tomorrow for Spravato treatment. Hopefully it will help and kind of get me back on track. So yeah, I don't know why. I can't pinpoint why. My therapist and I are starting EMDR on Tuesday. I see her Tuesday rather than Monday because I see my regular doctor. She sent me some information to read up on it. I haven't yet. I need to. I haven't yet, but I need to. I haven't yet, but I need to. She's like, so I know you did it with, your last therapist. And I was like, yeah, but she didn't tell me why or what it is. She's like, I said, it felt like she was only focusing on anxiety. I said, because it was all about a safe, calm space. Think of this word and then let it take you to a safe, calm space. And I said, I didn't feel like I was really getting anything out of it, and I didn't understand what the point was other than to kind of help with anxiety. And she's like, and I just watched her eyes get big. She's like, I'm going to send you a link. And I said, okay, because I sent her a list of books, and I was like, do you think any of these would be helpful? And she said, I'm going to stick a pin in that. Let's do some of this and see how it works for you. And she's like, it's going to be mostly you. She's like, I'm there to guide you through the exercises. So EMDR is eye movement something. Basically, the theory is that there's different types of, like when you're in REM sleep, it's kind of that kind of same thing where your eyes are moving, and that's either activating dreams or activating memories. Supposedly there are things that you can do with your eye. There's like different techniques that can help unlock memories from your past. So it's not necessarily therapist driven. She said it's more she's there to help guide me through the exercises, etc., to see if it'll activate anything. If you watched my last weigh-in video, I talked about the impropriety that was alleged, and I have no recollection of it whatsoever. And she and I talked about it, and I'm just like, I don't even know that I want to unlock it. I don't know. I'm apprehensive, but at the same time, I know that I didn't get as big as I am now. I mean, there was a lot of things that went into it. I mentioned, that when the binge eating started, when I was put on my first diet pill, how all of that kind of accumulated into something different. So that's definitely something we're starting next week. I need to sit down and start the Heal Your Hurt Inner Child. I've looked through it, but I haven't actually taken the time to sit down and read through it. I haven't been doing my meditation. Like, I haven't really been doing anything that I want to do. And I was thinking the other day, because I had it in my brain, I had to get up and get all this done. I'm like, Misty, this could be a nightly routine. You could do all this right before you go to bed. Maybe it'll help me sleep better. So my kind of plan for the next month is to see if I can get into a routine of where I'm taking some time to meditate. I'm reading my book. I'm working on one page of the workbook every night, doing my affirmations and getting ready for the next day. So that's kind of what I've been thinking about. Again, I don't know how well I will do at putting it into practice, but it's something that has to be done. And I have to bite the bullet. I have to stop letting fear kind of freeze me in place. I think the issue is that I just know how hard my childhood was, what I can remember. I know I have some suppressed memories, and I don't know that I want to deal with them. I don't know that I want to. We talked about that, I think, a year or so ago. It's like, I feel like I've already taken care of all of that. I mean, have I really taken care of all that? No. Do I wish I had taken care of all of that? Kinda. So yeah. Oh, another non-scale victory. I mentioned in the last video, I tried on 22 jeans from Old Navy that fit. I tried on 22 shorts from Old Navy that fit. 2 of the pair, though, are low rise. I'm going to have to give those away. And I was like, did I even know they were low rise? Because literally right above, like, you could see my crack. That's not me. Like, I don't need to show my ass crack. I don't have a tramp stamp. Never got one. So I'm like, I told her, I was like, let's just give those away because there's no way on God's green earth I need a low rise. Like, give me a good Bermuda any day. So yeah, so that's another non-skill victory. And I feel, and like I said, I feel like the pictures themselves are testament enough that what I'm doing is helping, and that the Manjaro is helping with the weight. It's just not helping with the rest of it. I will say that being off the glimepiride now for a while has finally stopped the food noise, and the only time I even think about a food is if I'm reading it in a book. The other day I was listening to a book on tape, or audiobook, and like within 3 chapters they had like pancakes, and then they had Chinese food, and then they had pizza, and I was just like, this this is too much food. I don't want to think about all this. So that was, it's like, damn. And I remember thinking that when I fasted too, when I didn't eat for 21 days, it's like I noticed just how many food commercials there are and just how much food is in fiction. So yeah, it's a lot. So anywho, that's it. So the month of March is just going to be continuing on. I have that summit that starts on March the 20th. So I'm going to be working on promoting that. I'm very excited about it. I've mentioned before that I struggle with imposter syndrome. And that was when I mentioned getting those free gifts, or getting the gifts from Linda and Connie. I mentioned in that video how, that's part of this healing the inner child. So when I got invited to this, it was just like, oh, okay, maybe I don't suck as much as I think I do. You know what I mean? So yeah, validating for sure. And I've enjoyed the experience so far, and I'm excited for it. So yeah, that's it. Got a haircut, all the other things. What else do I need to tell you? Oh, excuse me. Yeah. Have any of you tried Factor? I think I asked this in another video. I don't remember. Rob can't cook, and I won't be able to cook for a few months, I'm sure. For him, he will eat the same thing every day of his life, bless his heart. He can also have like hot dogs, or like I've cooked up a bunch of brats. He can heat up some brats and have them on buns. I can make him some hamburgers ahead of time. Like he will be situated. I don't know what I'm going to do for me. Here's the issue. I still, to this day, have issues with leftovers. They taste like refrigerator. Don't ask me what that is or how that happens. I don't know. But leftovers are a struggle for me. So I don't want to cook up a bunch of things and then not be able to eat them. And there are some things that I will eat. Like yesterday I had Wingstop, and I got the bone-in wings with garlic parmesan, and I was like, damn it, I should have gotten these naked so you could have them, because I got an 8-piece and I really only needed 6. And so, but he wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole, and Roxy was not interested either. So it's like, damn it, I should have gotten something that I knew you would eat. I gave him the fries, but I didn't think about it when it came to the chicken. And so it's like, okay, so what am I going to do for me as far as meals? And my only concern with Factor is it's refrigerated. And it's like, is it going to taste like leftovers? So if you've used Factor and you think that it's worth the price, I mean, it's either that or hire a personal chef. And I don't know if that's cost effective. Can someone come over here every night and cook for me? Thank you very much. So yeah, I'm trying to, I have a whole running list. I need to write it down, but I have it in my brain. Like, I need to make sure that Rob knows all the passwords to like where we pay our bills and stuff, like all of the information I feel like he should know. I'm going to put it in a binder for him, preparing for the worst, but expecting and hoping for the best. I mean, even my regular doctor, when he had 2, I think 3, 4, 3, 5 or whatever, he said this was a in case I pass away kind of surgery prep. He said, because this is so serious, something can happen. And I was like, shit, yeah, you're right. So that's what I've got going on. I want to get cook some stuff ahead. I want to get some videos pre-filmed for the Jolly Fit Elf channel. So I have a whole host of things that I need to do, along with going to doctors and therapists and stuff like that. So yes, any help would be greatly appreciated. Or if you're a cook and you want to come live with me for a couple months, please do. So yeah, so anyway, that's it guys. I'm down technically 316, so 4 pounds, but weighing in officially at 317, so down about 3 pounds. I am excited to see my doctor on Monday because this is the lowest weight ever with him. I saw him when I was at my highest at 425. I saw him when I initially lost the weight the first time with keto. He saw me gain it all back when I went back on insulin, and he's seen me basically lose it again. So I'm even smaller now than I was when I was at my smallest when I saw him last. So I'm excited to see him. I'm hoping it's warm so I can wear as very little clothes as possible. So I'm not up like 5 to 6 pounds on a scale. But yeah, anyway, that's it. I hope you're doing well. Let me know how you're doing in the comments down below. I hope you are surviving. It's rough out here. It's rough. And just to see all of this Project 2025 stuff come to fruition is disheartening and terrifying, to be quite honest. And I've tried to back away from social media as much as I can. So yeah, but if you're someone who's struggling, just if you have someone that's a safe person, reach out. Again, you matter, you belong, no matter what someone else is telling you. Nothing hurts worse than Christian love. I think that's what I read somewhere. Nothing hurts worse than Christian love. And just know that the people that are spouting off all of this nonsense, that's not Christ, at all. That's not Christianity at all. Jesus was woke. And so if you're religious, you have to believe what you believe and hope that, you're doing all that you can do. And my goal is to be empathetic, compassionate, and as woke as possible. So yeah. So anyway, I love you. You matter to me. And I hope you have a good day, night, weekend, wherever you are. And I will see you in my next video. I don't know when that'll be. I tried starting our weekly meals last Sunday. And then I got the one night. And then the next night I had moon cheese and macadamia nut. The night after that I think I had prosciutto. So I wasn't even eating. And I was like, well, this is a bust, isn't it? So yeah. Anyway. All right. I love you. I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now. Bye for now. Thank you very much. Is there anything else I need to film? I don't know.